if we cultivate our experience as if it were a blank canvas every time, every moment a blank canvas, we are always tapping into the infinite abundance that we are in the most powerful magnetic way, leading to financial sustainability, financial stability, financial abundance, internal abundance, relationship abundance, all of it. And I wanted to share with you just this part of my path today, this evening, reminding you that everything is possible. Everything is possible. I just had a great meditation hike here in the pouring rain. It stopped raining and the sun came out, and I just had such a wonderful experience. And I'm approaching the last 2 miles or so, or a mile and a half of the path here, and I just love this part of the path because it's coming back into the reality, my life, and then coming from the depth of the forest. I just was reminded to share with you, when you want to create change in your own life or in the world around you, which is your life, has nothing to do with anything outside of you. It comes from the place of cultivating from a blank canvas, or as Lao Tzu has said, a pure block of wood, cultivating something new from that, just a chunk of wood. What are you going to cultivate with something new now? What are you intending to create for yourself? And can you find a practice for you that wipes away anything from the past, anything that's limiting your potential, your mind, anything that's clouding your judgment, anything that makes it feel like, oh, this is hard? Because creation and change actually isn't necessarily hard. It's how we attach to the feeling of being in a new state. The new state, a blank canvas, to some may not be something they're may make them anxious. Hi guys, say a quick hi for me. Creating from a block of wood to some people may seem obscure. People want it already done for them, but then they wonder why their life isn't really fulfilling, or feeling connected, or their relationships aren't connected, or their business isn't expanding the way they want it to. It's the way that we fixate on the things in the outer world, and we paint the picture of what it is, what we believe it is, versus just coming out and clearing away all the garbage, all the stuff from the past, all the shit, all the attachments, all the unnecessary experiences that are limiting you, that are blocking you, that are preventing you from having a full-on experience. So the question really becomes, now that I'm free from attachments in this space, now that I have nothing to hold me back, it's just expanded, open potential as far as I can see. I am just here in the moment. And what do I want to cultivate? What do I want to bring forward in the moment? What do I want my moment to be? What's the experience that makes me fulfilled? And the part that a lot of people have trouble with is allowing themselves that permission, because they're such in denial from their old patterns of attachment. Can you allow yourself to experience just that question of what do I want to expose myself to experience and be inside of? What's that experience? And we have to remind ourselves it really has nothing to do with the outside world. And you know, when I enter into the walking meditation here in the forest, I often just become the forest. And, you know, then I remind myself to, you know, take in what's here. But then I come back into the breath and, you know, the thoughts disappear. It's just being in the moment and then cultivating. And so, you know, giving us that space, giving the mind, it's not really us, it's really the mind, giving the mind space to just have a time out, you know. Remember in grade school when the teacher put the kid, me, too much? You're talking too much. Go sit in the corner. Can't talk now. Okay. What do you do after you're out of the corner? You start talking again. It's like, so we need to create some space to allow what really serves us in, because it's not a thought that we're waiting for. It's really not a thought. It's more of a feeling and a calling, a pulling, an urge. It's really an urge, and it doesn't have a thought to it. It doesn't have a thought to it. It's, you know, really where we're allowing the experience to permeate in our consciousness or subconscious, which then gets sometimes, as my teacher Ajahn says, released as an insight. A random boom, you get an insight, or you get an inkling to go to that store, or to purchase that product, or to make a phone call, or just to take a walk at a certain time, and then boom, you bump into your soulmate, you know. So it's important to understand that insights can't be received. One second. Insights can't be received from a new place, a new perspective, if we're attached to what we've already experienced. And so the problem is it's uncomfortable to operate in the unknown expansiveness, even though that's really where we want to go, and that's actually the natural, you know, that's where we're going, whether you like it or not. The unknown expansiveness. Hi.
Hello.
So can you cultivate in the flow of the moment and the new moment and the flow of the new moment? Can you cultivate what it is you really want? You have to know what you really want. You have to know what you really want. You have to know what it feels like and what it will bring to you. What will the experience feel like if you're there, when you're there, being there now, bringing that into your reality now? What would that feel like? What does it feel like? How does it feel? Can you allow that space to enter and to then invite in a new way of talking to yourself about it? Your self-talk. Can you talk to yourself in a new way about the experience, about the experience that you want to create, that you want to step into? And can you be okay? Can you be okay knowing that it's always going to feel new? Because that's the nature of the universal law. It's always expanding, it's always expanding, it's always expanding until it just implodes on itself, which, you know, is the nature as well. And so it's a dance in the polarities, which is why a lot of us are attracted to the opposite sex, or to be connected with someone, because it's the connection of the polarities that we are already. And so it's just really important to clear the space of the mind and open up as much as you can, whether that's like me going in nature and just exposing myself to the abundance, and then releasing my thoughts and opening and literally, you know, as I took my walk today, you know, really feeling into what is it that I want to experience? What are the feelings of being in that ideal experience? What does that feel like? What does that look like? How does that transpire on my path? What does that mean about what I'm speaking to, what I'm feeling, what I'm expressing? What does that look like, feel like, taste like, smell like? You know, we want to be able to define these things in the now, in the space of now, and when we do, that's when the abundance opens up. It comes to you because you're open. It cannot come to you if you're holding on to something of the past that isn't really true now. It was true before, but it's not true anymore. And so we have to find ways, if we want to find ease and be in the flow and be in abundance and have the things we say we want, we have to expose ourselves to the vastness and to play in that space. That's where the curiosity, curiouser and curiouser, Alice in Wonderland, falling upside down in the rabbit hole, chasing the white rabbit, only to realize that she didn't need to do that because she had everything she needed where she was, right? Remember, at the end of the story, she woke up, everything is beautiful where I am. I didn't need to go chase anything outside of myself. But the curiosity led her to that experience. Anyway, check in with me. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know your thoughts on this and what you want to experience. What you